Hey bunnies, it's your girl Usagi here, back at it again with another video. Before I officially begin this video, I have a few things I wanted to mention before we get into it. First and foremost, I want to define shadow work. It's a way of exploring the darker side of self, or what haunts your subconscious and brings about feelings of sadness, anger, guilt, and other negative emotions that may or may not be connected to trauma. So the readings in this video may have sensitive information for each viewer, or may speak directly to any bad habits you may have, so listen with caution. This reading is timeless. In other words, like, no matter when you see it, it is meant for you. You know what I mean? So I did record this earlier this year in the park, but it's meant to be a timeless reading, so anyone that comes to it, no matter when, can get something from it. But it's also a collective reading, which means that not all information may be specifically for you. So please only take what resonates. If the video hits too close to home or it gets overwhelming, please click off of the video. Go watch something a lot lighter if you need to bring your mood up. Go talk to a friend about what you heard or discovered, or even consult a healthcare professional, mental health care professional, if you know things are going on in your head and you need to talk it out with a professional. Shadow work is a type of work that you can use to help, lessen the burden that you carry on an everyday basis by shedding light on the truth, or, what you might have hidden or locked away inside of your subconscious. So I hope this video finds you well. Thanks for watching, and let's get into the video. Hey bunnies, it's your girl Usagi here, back at it again with another pick a card reading. So today something compelled me to come back to the park and do a video about shadow work. What's going on with you, how can we help you work on that shadow work, and then what is said result of shadow work, so we can have a little light at the end of the tunnel, so we know that the work ain't for nothing. You know what I mean? I'm out here in the park, like I said before, so there might be, some noise, some interference, and I forgot my mic, so, I am just not winning in the game today, but it's okay. We're gonna make do with what we have, and, just get started. Today, I'm using crystals for your choice. Sorry for the cars. I'm using crystals for your choice. We have obsidian, black obsidian, clear quartz, and we have angelite. So, take this time to yourself. Try and figure out, which crystal calls to you the most, which pile calls to you the most, and, let's get into the nitty-gritty. Added plug. If you want a personal reading, or you want to just check out any of my other videos, you can find me on here, of course, Facebook and Instagram under Usagi's Divine Tarot. I'll probably put the link to that in the description, along with my other links. So yeah, aside from the shameless plug, you guys can take your time and choose your pile. The timestamps will be in the description down below. I'll give you your time. Hello, pile number 1. If you chose this black obsidian, this stone is for you. Black obsidian, it is one of the classics. It's a great stone for grounding and absorbing negative energy. That's why it's important to keep it cleansed. If you have any black obsidian, or you're ever thinking about getting black obsidian for cleansing, grounding, or shadow work as we're doing today, just make sure you cleanse that baby. I prefer to put mine under the light of the full moon or any moon cycle, after giving it a thorough wash under some clean water and Florida water and things like that. because once it gets used, baby breaks. And this baby's a powerhouse of absorbing negative energy, so definitely be sure to keep her cleansed if you have one of your own. So let's get into the reading. I meditated with the stone for a bit and pulled some cards for you. And we're going to be sure to, of course, clarify at the end of your reading. Like I said, I'm in the park today, so you might hear like music, you might hear people or kids making noise, please excuse me. I just try my best to get a nice space for myself. Yeah, so let's flip these babies over and see what we got. These cards actually belong in this order. I don't usually look before I pull, but I saw how your cards fell out, so I'm just being observant here. So we have the Ten of Swords, we have Death, we have the World. I also took pictures of the bottom deck energy, so we're going to explore that as well. Yes, so we have a Ten of Swords, we have Death, and we have the World. So it seems like the things that you're trying to ignore when it comes to working on self is the amount of mistrust and the amount of mistrust and abuse that you face from other people. I feel like you've had a lot of people disregard your feelings, your ways of thinking, attacked, your pride and things like that. So, you've been having a tough time kind of moving past that, because these are people that were close to you, you know what I mean, or else they wouldn't have affected you the way that they did. And it can just be a simple thing from, back in the past, like, oh, well, that's a waste of time, or that's not good enough, or why are you wasting your time doing things like that? But it's coming up in your reading. So then next we have the Death as to what we're going to do to work on it. So of course these things have to change, and I think what has to change is, I guess, the way that you've been allowing, these thoughts and these people to influence the way that you look at yourself. I think it's not a matter of blaming those people for putting you in this situation in the first place. It's more like, how do I now unlearn this bad behavior? How do I now take out this negative way of thinking, of being? How can I have more patience with myself? Because we have patience up here as well, but I'm going to get into your oracle. How can I have more patience with myself and not allow what people have said and done to me, affect what it is that I want to do now in the future? These are questions you have to ask yourself so you can heal and move forward and kind of kill off the old you in order to make space for new thoughts and new ways of thinking that kind of keep you happy and help you find that unlocked potential with the world here. I feel like doing this shadow work will help kind of bring things together for you. It'll kind of illuminate, what it is that you can push aside and then focus on instead, because there are so many good things about you, Pile One. And at the end of the day, I feel like these negative beliefs are just this negative way of thinking has left you up in the air, and it's time for you to get grounded with this obsidian and with this World card. You know what I mean? Be in the world and not of it. Worry more about your own perspective of self before you sit there and tackle what everyone else thinks of you. You know what I mean? And observe the world for what it truly is. Your bottom deck energy for this poll was the Devil in reverse, Knight of Wands in reverse, Four of Cups. So clearly there is something that you can be putting your best foot forward to. Four of Cups is telling me that, there's opportunities out there for you, but it's a matter of your own self-esteem that's kind of pushed you backwards. And like I said, that's the shadow work, you know what I mean? Where does this lack of self-esteem come from? Because it comes from something, and it comes from someone. a couple different people and a couple different instances that made you forget your worth. You know what I mean? So take the time to do this shadow work so you can release yourself from this negative, pattern of thinking and start planning towards the future. With patience, I accept that everything happens in divine order. Like I said, it's very important to be patient with yourself. I do feel like, maybe you're not where you want to be. And it's these influences that keep reminding you that, hey, I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. I'm not like, all right. It's okay to not be there yet, okay? Everything comes in its own time. I even had to get some lessons from my sister where it's like, if it's meant for you, in divine time or in divine order, everything will fall into place. So if you really feel like there's something that you want to do, but your own negative outlook on self and on life is holding you back and bringing you down, I think you just need to be a little bit more patient with yourself in this time of growth. You know what I mean? Understand what that means to you. Next, we have Star Family. You're part of a team of souls. Call in support. Now, I'm not sure who is close to you, because Star Family, it's not necessarily family, like blood. You know what I mean? Star Family are the people that your soul is connected to, and who you feel that connection where you can open up and be yourself. And, just remember those people you can be yourself around, and let them know how it is that you're feeling and how it is that they can even help you jumpstart some of the things that you even want to do. Also, what I want to say, because this is a shadow work talk, so Star Family can also talk about, people that are connected to the divine the same way that you are, or are trying to find that connection with the divine. Try and see who those people are, you know what I mean? And see whatever advice they have when it comes to shadow work, if you don't trust like looking up things on Google and things like that. So that's what that card is saying. Next we have Inner Life. Your inner life is a garden to be cultivated. So I think that speaks a lot. That speaks a lot to you, pile number one, because that's what it is. You don't understand how special and important you are. You know what I mean? Even if the grander scheme of things could quote unquote live without you, you can't live without you. And that is good enough. You know what I mean? You are good enough for you. And there's so many things that you want to do. Pile number one, it's best that you get grounded and start believing in self and the power of self, the power that you personally hold. Added bonus because 12 added bonus, I definitely took pictures of the bottom deck for this as well. We have moving forward, radical curiosity, and eternal gatekeeper. Acknowledge, assert, and protect what is right. That's good, because I think you need to acknowledge yourself. You know what I mean? Acknowledge what it is that you are capable of, and then assert that. What? B? See, B, you're fucking everything up. Shoo. That was fucked up. A B dead tried to ruin your whole entire reading. I'm not gonna lie to you. Woo, that was scary. Anywho, so your bottom deck, yeah, no, assert yourself. Unless there's a bee coming at you, then by all means run the fuck away. But yeah, it's time to assert some of that goodness in you. And with the radical curiosity, and what was that other card, because that bee fucking shook me, moving forward, like I said, this is what's holding you back. You know what I mean? This is what's holding you back. So now it's time to say, okay, I recognize you for who you are, shadow self, and I'm here to understand you, but you got to walk forward with me, sis. Like, you got to move forward with me. You got to understand that some of the things that you're thinking just aren't okay, or aren't aligning correctly with what it is that I need to do, or how I can push myself forward, especially if it's damaging my self-esteem and telling me like, yo, I'm not good enough to accomplish this, so what's the point of trying? You know what I mean? So really navigate that, pile number one. And I feel like you can, if it's anything that really comes out to you in this reading, please write it down, so that way when you attempt your shadow work, you know what I mean, you can keep this in mind and try and move forward. So before we end the reading, I just want to clarify why these cards are here, and then we're all done. So why is this Ten of Swords here, Spirit? Swords here. Who are the people? Or what are who are the people that hurt pile one? Let's be honest. And what are the influences that pulls down these swords into place? So okay. So it seems that some of the things that have happened to you, pile number one, has happened especially in your youth. When it comes to your relationships and getting along with others, I feel like, you know, swords, I'm trying to identify energy here. There's a good mix, so there's probably a good amount of you watching. But yeah, so a lot of this happened in your youth where, you know, people have probably doubted your capabilities, and in turn it has made you doubt yours. Not to mention, there has been relationships with people where they just haven't been very nice to you. They've kind of, you know, talked down on you, blamed you for things that were not your fault. And on top of that, they drained you financially. These people had no real intention to be with you, but they decided to take from you. And now you're stuck in this place where, you know, you don't really have particular guidance. The only guide that you feel you can trust is yourself. And I mean, granted, you know, sometimes we have to get that way. But kind of just see how much that limits you. Because if you're only moving on your own beliefs, pile number one, then you're not really expanding your mind to different options and different ways of thinking in the universe. Not saying you have to agree to every methodology, but at least explore them. You know what I mean? So you're not closed-minded, and you can learn how to let go and walk away from mindsets and people that do not serve you, if that makes sense. So that way it doesn't have to be this battle of who can I trust, and, you know, who can I open up to, and who can I really like lean on, you know what I mean? Utilize your intuition with this Page of Cups, because not everything is lost, and you are definitely not alone. There are still people that want to back you and help you. But like I said, it's the past with that person, or with specific people that were especially close to you, whose opinion mattered so much, and they should have on it. You know what I mean? Now we're going to go to this depth, because like I said, these paradigms have to change. So I am curious to know, what can we do to change this death card? So, Ten of Wands, Seven of Swords in reverse, Judgment in reverse, Five of Pentacles, Six of Cups. So you've been carrying a lot of weight on your shoulders, and I feel like you need to kind of buckle down and see which, like, see what how can I explain this? See which wands you don't actually need here. I feel like you're carrying way too many burdens. You're carrying way too many responsibilities that aren't yours, or like, and mind you, this can be either like you're working too hard for other people and trying to people please, or this can just simply be like you just taking on the burdens of everyone else's expectations. And it's not your job to please anyone or to meet anyone's expectations except for your own. So I do think that you need to understand kind of where these burdens are coming from and how you can toss a stick by stick by stick, you know, loosen up some of these so you don't have to carry but so much. Drop at least 4 so we get to the 6 of Wands, and 6 of Wands equals success. So, you know, I don't know how much that makes sense to you, but drop 4 of them ones and let's see how that goes. Now we have a 7 of Swords with the Judgment card. So I just want you to be honest with yourself, pile number 1, and I need you to be honest with the people around you. I feel like you've been hiding your pain. You've been lying about your pain. You've been trying to cover it up. I'm fine, I'm okay. Or you kind of beat around the bush as to what the actual problem is. You know what I mean? Even if it's your fault, sometimes, you know, you don't even want to take the responsibility for it. You know what I mean? You're just like, you know, I feel how I feel, so it should be right. And that's something that really needs to be reflected upon and worked on. At the end of the day, you can be causing more problems for yourself simply because you're moving out of pain or, you know, being hurt, and you're not really moving from a place of healing, which is where you need to come from. You know, 5 of Pentacles. I feel like there are other issues when it comes to family and feeling alone in your family life because you feel like there are people that you cannot depend on. They've showed you in the past that, you know, you cannot depend on them. And you had to take different routes and different roads in order to get to where you are now. And mainly alone, kind of moving intuitively, but not really like, you know, but doing this on your own basically. And I think, you know, you kind of need to, like I said, open up more about what you're going through. Because like I said, with this 5 of Pentacles, yes, these people are outside all alone in the snow, trudging it out, working it out, but the lights of the church is on. So all they have to do is knock up on that church and get up in there away from the cold. You know what I mean? All is not lost. And this is what I told you earlier too. So remember that all is not lost, and help is still available to you. You just have to put away your pride in order to get that. I'm gonna double check my camera. All right, we're doing good. So why is this World card here? Better yet, what can we expect from this World card? What are some of the blessings or lessons that we need to learn to get to this World card right here? Oh, I have a little message that came with that Hermit card. Okay, so this is, you have a couple lessons here that you need to get to it, pile number 1. Because we have the Hermit here in reverse, we have the 5 of Wands, then we have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse here as well. Bottom deck is 3 of Cups. Alright, so I did a little spin on it. Anyway, so we need to understand what alone time is, pile number 1, like, and not this solitude that we put ourselves in when we feel like we cannot trust the world. That's not what I'm talking about. We need to look at the soul searching side of this Hermit card, because in reverse the Hermit shows me that you have been locking yourself away, locking your feelings away, pushing behind anything that has been bothering you. Sorry about that, pile number 1. My camera overheated because it was sitting in the sun while I was doing this, so let's pick up where we left off. It seems like I'm getting a lot of disturbances. Maybe this is how life feels for you, pile number 1. A lot of things just trying to get in your damn way, but honestly, just a bunch of burdens. Time to let them go. But anyways, I feel like the last thing I was talking about was about really exploring what alone time really means. I feel like you don't really navigate your emotional side, pile number 1. If anything, you try and stay grounded in a way where, like I said, you bottle up and you push aside your emotions. But in this shadow work, it's time for you to navigate that dark space by entering the space alone, understanding via your intuition and what you know about yourself and your experiences, you know, to find out what's really going on and how can I heal this. You know, without other people or without other things to kind of shy away from what it is that I really need to do. King of Swords in reverse as well as the Four of Cups. I feel like, you're kind of bored. Like in this boredom is just coming from misdirection or not really seeing where the opportunities lie. And the King of Swords in reverse is kind of showing me that you want to kind of take control of yourself, but you don't really know how, and this is why you kind of rely on this Three of Cups to kind of keep yourself grounded or keep yourself in control, but you're just kind of pushing you're kind of just bottling up things and putting it in a corner, and that's not the same as taking control. That's like picking up a bunch of shit on your bed and stuffing it in your closet and saying, okay, well, now my room's clean. Your room's not truly clean, it just appears to be clean. You're appearing to be okay, but it's not the same thing. And then we have with this Five of Wands, and I was saying with different people's perspectives and different people's opinions of you, I feel like they cut so deep because of what you went through here with this Ten of Swords and with your childhood and with the way that people have treated you and your ideas and how you want to get by. It makes you take on people's opinions and actions as very personal. So when people don't think like you, or people don't do things the same way you do, it's aggravating, and that what kind of entails you to want to fight back or fight for something. But I don't really think that's what you need right now. Upon number one, it's not that you need to fight. I think you just need to understand more of the different perspectives around you and how to accept them, so that way you can just move on. Like I said, you don't have to accept them to the point where you agree, but at least accept the point of, okay, well, let's agree to disagree and just move on. Okay, so that is your reading. Let me just double check my camera. It's still okay because okay. Yeah, so that's your reading. If you have any more questions, please leave them in the comments below. If this reading resonated with you or not, you can also comment that as well. You can leave a like on this video if you really liked what you saw, and hit the subscribe and the bell buttons on my channel if you want to see when more videos come out like these. If you need any help with shadow work, I'm gonna try and put some links in the description below. I hope I remember this, but I'm gonna try and put some links in the description below about methods of shadow work and even where you can find resources to learn more about what to do. If you want a personal reading, just hit me up on Instagram or Facebook at Usagi's Divine Tarot, and just remember what I say, guys. Let love lead the way. Ashe, ashe, ashe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Hello, pile number 2. If you picked this clear quartz pillar crystal, this reading is for you. Oh, this crystal has so much freaking energy in it. So much so that even after I did pile number 1, because I meditated on the crystals and then I pulled cards to have in a pile, and I'm going to clarify, of course, but I did the obsidian first, then I did the clear quartz, and well, she was supposed to be the third, but she was like, Angelite, move over. I want to go next. So I feel like this group might be a little impatient. But hey, whatever floats your boat. Just be you, okay? File number 2, that's great, because I feel like this Amazonite, this crystal is very she likes to be very she wants to be very out there. She wants to express herself. She has so much self-expression and so much to offer, so much creativity, this clear quartz, and she's an amplifier. Even as the quartz itself, and even in this pillar form, she's an amplifier of energy. So I feel like she wants to help you tap into this energy that I feel like she shares with you, and kind of help you amplify the parts of you that really shine. So I don't know how good of a explanation that was, because I was busy tripping over my words, but I hope you kind of understand where I'm coming from with this clear quartz and the message that she might have for you. So let's look into the cards and see what's up. Okay. I want her to be in frame, so. Okay. So we have Two of Pentacles in reverse, the Artist in reverse, and we have Ace of Swords. For oracles, we have your life is a canvas, artist manifestation, creative accountability, success. I know that there is no greater goal than to love. And then we have assistance with access. It is necessary to ask for and accept help in order to receive it. Ooh, my list was acting up. So yeah, so let's navigate the shadow work that needs to be done, which is here in this Two of Pentacles. So it seems like a lot of things are not in balance for you right now. I don't know why I'm getting water sign energy, but I'm getting also like a head in the clouds, trying too hard to manipulate and control what's going on in your day-to-day, to the point where it's like, you know, and it's funny because like you're trying to micromanage, but then at the same time, because you're micromanaging, you're getting disorganized. So you think you're doing the right thing, but it's because you're trying too hard to balance so many different aspects of yourself and the things that you want to do and create here with this Artist card. You know, you're not really all there, so you tend to just kind of maybe you are the kind of person that overbooks things, forgets that they had plans today and already decided to start this big ass long ass project, and you're like, fuck. Or like, I have to write a paper, but I just made plans with my friends and I really want to go outside, but I really gotta write this paper. Well, I guess I'll just stay up until 3 a.m. I don't know why I'm getting those vibes from you, pile number 2, but that's kind of where I'm getting with this Two of Pentacles in reverse. The Artist card, and I feel like this is where the creativity kind of comes in. Like, you are a dreamer. You have so much you want to manipulate, so much to do, so much you want to create. Like, this dude, he didn't even have time to get dressed. He's like, all right, I gotta go draw this tree. No, I'm kidding. But there's so much you want to do, but excuse me, you feel like there's been a lot of blocks, you know, a lot of blocks, not only in your everyday life, but also creatively. Maybe it's the things in your everyday life that are creating these, you know, blocks here with this Artist card. I don't know why I'm getting like third eye energy, from this. Like, you need to look deeper within self or something like that is what I'm getting, but let's move on. So Ace of Swords, this will be basically your bounty from what you'll get after working through this. And I feel like the Ace of Swords is saying, you know, in order to kind of open up your creativity, you need to open your mouth. You need to share your ideas. You need to figure out who it is that you can work with even. You know, granted, you know, Ace of Swords, it's a double-edged kind of thing, especially when I take it from this deck with the way this person's holding it. But at the same time, I want to look at this more as hold on to this sword by the blade without fear. You know, use your words and your expression without fear. You know what I mean? That might get you somewhere. But I also want to just throw in real quick that has nothing to do with the reading. I am doing a live reading in the park, so please excuse any noise of children, bikes, music, me running away from bugs, because I definitely ran away from the bee from pile number 1, so please excuse that. Anyway. Yeah, so I do think you need to open up your mouth a little bit, pile number 2, and kind of see what you can do with your own creative expression. How can you make yourself shine the same way that this clear quartz is begging you to? We're gonna clarify soon, but I want to talk a little bit more about your oracles here first. So your life is a moving canvas, artist, manifestation. So you're definitely a creative. Oh, 1 second, let these people pass. So you're definitely creative. Clearly there's a lot of things that you want to bring into light, and pile number 2, I want to tell you that you have the power to do that. As I was saying before, this is a very good amplifying crystal, and it's also good for manifestation, especially when it has a pointed tip. So if you are someone that likes to work with crystals and likes to be down to earth in that way, because usually artists are people that likes to tangibly hold on to art and do things with their hands, work with crystals that kind of promote your self-love, your creativity, anything that's red, pink, yellow, moving into those vibes, because then they'll work with your solar plexus, they'll work with your sacral and your root chakra to help you feel grounded and organized. Yes. And we also need to take accountability for where we are right now. I don't know how much things you blame on this Two of Pentacles and the things that are out of focus and out of place in your life, but I do feel like this shadow work is also about taking accountability for the things that you yourself are in control of, not just about everybody else, because spiritual work is all about self. You understand? So if you came here, you ain't come here to be like, yeah, they're so annoying. No. We came here to talk about you and how you're blocking your own blessings, okay? So it's definitely time to take some accountability for your actions and how they're influencing how things are moving in your career, especially if it's a, career path where you want to, take it on as a creative. I did take a picture of your bottom deck for this draw. And we have baby steps, action, follow your intuition, the great severance, and surrender to sweetness. So like I said, there's a lot of things going on in your relationships and a lot of things going on with people aggravating you, and maybe that's what's kind of also has your head up in the clouds, because you're trying to accomplish things while you're also extremely concerned about what's going on with the people around you. And I do feel like the way to balance everything is just trying to go with the flow. You know what I mean? Don't really worry too much about what those other people are thinking and doing and their opinions right now, because they're kind of on their own journey, and these conflicts are meant to teach you something about yourself. So just listen to what they have to say for now. Don't worry too much about fighting back or proving a point, simply because you're on this journey trying to learn something about self. You understand? So you can take that or not, it's completely up to you, because it's a lot easier said than done. But, at least consider some of the things that are coming your way, because like I said, you need to take accountability for some of the things that you've been doing and some of the things that have been setting you back. Oh, sorry, I just be going. Now we have success. I know that there is no greater goal than to love. I feel like you are a lover. Pile number 2, you are someone who wants to be successful, and you kind of see your work as something that's emotional. So you need to be in a good mood to do this shit. But I want to say that to love is mainly to love self and to love the work that you do. Love the message it is that you're trying to showcase in your work. Think about that when you're kind of in these negative blocks and you're not sure, fuck, what I'm supposed to draw, what I'm supposed to create. Is it good enough for the masses? Is this good enough? Is this good enough? No, it's fine. You feel me? Your success is in what it is that you believe in. And I feel like if you believe in your work and the things supposed to manifest, pile number 2, you're going to be completely fine. I feel like you have your own special message to give out into the world. And that's why, amethyst. That's why, Clear Quartz was, so adamant to come out and say, listen to me. Listen, just let her take a break. I need to go next. To follow that, we have abundance, acceptance, and health. So just take this time to understand that, this Two of Pentacles can also be about your health too, and about you taking care of yourself. So just make sure that you're drinking enough water, pile number 2. That can also help with how everything has been going for you. I feel like just taking some better looks at, how you take care of yourself, how you make time for yourself, how you make time for your work, how you organize yourself, you know what I mean? How you pay attention to your body. All those things are really important, you know what I mean, to what's going on with you. Also recognizing that, you do have the tools and the power to do what it is that you want to do. You do have that. So the best way to kind of work on, the shadow work that's going on here, pile number 2, is to kind of just get organized, Write more things down and make more time for self and how you want to create this vision in the first place. That's how you're going to be able to manifest it. Us artists, I know a lot of things that we do are spontaneous because that's kind of how our intuition or how our creativity works. But ultimately, preparation is key. So don't try to jump into any of your, successful endeavors without preparing first. Next, we have assistance with access. It is necessary to ask for help and to accept help in order to receive it. So with this card, you hold the key to basically all that you want to unlock within self. And that's what you need to understand. And anything that you're blocking is because you don't want to accept the benefits that are coming your way. Pile number 2. I don't know if you're the kind of person that likes to do things their way and only their way. Part of me can understand because I am an artist as well, so I can understand the not wanting someone else's viewpoint in your craft. But you might need that. You might need to settle down with a manager. You might need to settle down with someone to help you with your finances. You might need to settle down with someone to help you create a plan for yourself so you can move forward. So don't be against asking for help. Don't be against it, because I feel like at this point you definitely need it. That's why it's like open your mouth with this Ace of Swords. Okay, let me get a sip of water. Whew. And then we'll clarify. Okay. Oopsies. Okay, so I want to know what's out of balance or out of whack for pile number 2, because this is what you need to work on. So what's out of balance, or how can we fix these imbalances? How can we take responsibility, accountability for these imbalances, Spirit? So definitely taking accountability is there for you. Pile number 2. Whoops, dropped my stuff. Okay, so pile number 2, like I said, there's a lot of imbalances here, and I think it's because you're not taking full accountability of how you got to where you are now, and not taking full accountability for the things that you are in control of when it comes to your life. With the 7 of Swords, I feel like you've been kind of doing your best to manipulate situations in a way that benefits you the most out of everyone, or you're sacrificing yourself. This goes both ways, because I'm reading for the collective, so I'm not, it can go different ways. Just take whatever resonates. Or you're sacrificing yourself in order to people please, or you're sacrificing certain things that you actually need to hold on to, and you can feel it. You know what I mean? You can feel when you're getting distracted and when you're doing the wrong thing, but it's like, I don't know. Just don't tell me that you've given up already, pile number 2, when it comes to correcting certain behavioral patterns that you know for a fact need correcting. So clearly you want to start something new, and you want to move into a new form of life. You actually want to try again with a creative endeavor, one that you hold really close to your heart, and one that you've been working on for quite some time, and it kind of failed. So now you're like, fuck, now I want to try and start back up from the ground up, but it's just a matter of figuring out which way to go. Like I said before, don't just hop into anything. Okay, pile number 2 is not just about hopping into things and just doing it. Like I said, I know how that feels for an artist, but it's, sorry, all right, cars, dang, just move. I know how that feels, but it's very important to plan things first. They're really beeping still. Anyways, write down your goals. Pile number 2, write down your goals and what it is that you want to accomplish, and try and figure out which one of them are, which one of them are actually doable, and which one you can hold a time frame to, and which one of them needs to be broken down a little bit more. I feel like all those things kind of connect to the work that you can do aside from shadow work to kind of do what it is that you have to do to move forward. Queen of Pentacles, so I do hear this, you know, saving up more of your money, taking care of yourself. I do feel like if you haven't been going through a separation with someone else, or, you know, if you've been separating from someone, there's a Two of Cups there. Actually, I'm going to take that back, pile number 2, because now that I really look at it, and now that I'm really paying attention, I feel like you've just been distant from yourself. Because of all the imbalances that have been happening, you know, inside of your life, you know, you feel distant from that creative side of you. You feel like you haven't been really truly connecting with self. And that's because I feel like I said you haven't really taken accountability for the things that self has done to get you here in the first place. So accountability is definitely a high ranking thing for you guys. And once you take that accountability, and once you really come to terms with, you know, these bad habits and what you're going to do with them, I feel like you're definitely going to get here with this Ace of Swords, where you're going to be able to properly articulate your ideas to other people and even to yourself. So why is this artist card here, Spirit? What can we work on with this artist? Because I feel like I don't want to bash pile number 2 too much. Okay. So I don't want to bash you too much, pile number 2, but clearly I have to teach you a couple lessons here. So what can we do moving forward? The challenge. Challenge some of these beliefs here. Okay, so first of all, I want to tell you to believe in your own success. Believe in your own success, pile number 2. That's very important. That is kind of the groundwork that you need to do in order to move forward. Believing in your success is planting at least one of the seeds that you need to grow something great within self. You know what I mean? If you believe that you can do half the things that you think you want to do, then I'm pretty sure you're going to be able to accomplish it just out of knowing you can do it alone. You understand? I do feel like, you know, the reason why you've come into play with a lot of obstacles when it comes to your creative side or getting things up off the ground is because you're too afraid to ask for help. You have a lot of pride, I realize, pile number 2. And, you know, you've come a good distance already with the way that you've done things and the way you've created things. But now it might be time to, you know, leave some things in someone else's hand and see what kind of relationships you can grow by tuning with others connected to your craft. Because right now we have a lot of you saying you want to do a lot of things but not actually following through, and a lot of mistrust with the people around you, so you're not entirely sure who you can share your secrets with. But ultimately I feel like there are people that want to kind of help you organize the things that you have and direct your passion in the path that it needs to go. So definitely take that into consideration moving forward. So why is this why is this Ace of Swords here? Actually, I want to ask a different question. I want to say more like, what are the lessons that we need to get through in order to get to this Ace of Swords? Okay, so basically you just have a lot of releasing to do, pile number 2. You have a lot of releasing to do when it comes to the things that you not take accountability for, but take responsibility for. I think, like I said, it's not anyone's fault if they're asking of you, but it's definitely your fault if you're just accepting, you know, you're accepting any offer. Like, hey, can you do this for me? Okay, sure. Can you do that for me? Yeah, okay, sure. You know, like, you can't blame anyone for what you accept onto your life. You know what I mean? Even if you want someone to be more considerate, which I feel like is something that is kind of hitting close to home with you. Like, you expect people in your life to be a little bit more considerate of the things that you're trying to do, but you have to kind of lay that groundwork and lay that footwork down. You know, put your foot down on what it is that you're trying to do. Moving forward, I just feel like you just need to learn how to move on. You need to learn how to get up and go. You need to learn how to plan and organize so you can just, you know, do what it is that you have to do, because the Eight of Wands speaks about movement and success in, you know, traveling and things like that. So if there's things that you want to, if there's places that you need to go to in order to make your dream come alive, get up, pile number 2, and go do it. Screw whatever Johnny asked you to go do. Just go and do what you have to go do. Get up and go do it. You know what I mean? You have the power and the success, and if you need help, girl, go ask for it. Or boy, I don't know who watching this, but damn. I do feel like on this journey, it's really just a journey back to self. And how you can rely on self, and then how you can rely on others. Kind of finding a keen balance between the two, and then learning how to work with that in order to make your dreams come true. I feel like you're gonna discover who really has your back along this route and this journey of shadow work, pile number 2. And honestly, I wish you the best of luck. But yes, that is your reading. If you enjoyed this reading, feel free to drop a like on this video, comment down below if it resonated, or if it did not, that's fine too. Be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to see more videos like these. And I'm going to do my best to actually put some information about shadow work in the description below as well. So if you want to learn some more methods or do some more research as to what shadow work means to you, please check the description down below for any links, as well as any links to me. If you want to get a personal reading of your own to delve deeper into what these things mean to you, you can find me on Facebook and Instagram under Usagi's Divine Tarot. And as I say, guys, let love lead the way. Ashe, 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 and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. If you chose this pretty blue angelite stone, then this reading is for you. The message I got from this angelite was so beautiful. Angelite wanted me to tell you, pile number 3, that you are beautiful. I don't give a fuck about any of your imperfections. Anything that you feel doesn't make you look great, Angelite wants you to know that, hey, I think it makes you look 10 times hotter. And I don't know. I feel like Angelite just really wanted you to believe in your own beauty. So I just wanted to put that out there for your reading. But Angelite is definitely good for attuning with your throat chakra and your third eye. They help you communicate with your ancestors and angels that want to help you on your spiritual journey. So I actually use Angelite quite a lot in my everyday. And I'm just trying to get messages from the divine, especially when my emotions are, you know, all over the place. I just want to make sure that I'm not taking anything too personally, especially about my looks and the way that I carry myself. Excuse me. And I also want to make sure that I'm talking that talk as well as I walk that walk. And, you know, if you're having any trouble getting your words across, getting your point across, I think that this is very important to utilize. So let's get to your cards. Okay. Oh, actually, I remember your Magician card did fall out first. So that's kind of where I want to get with this. I want your Magician card to be in the front. Yeah, I know that ice cream that ice cream truck is bumping right now. I hope you can hear me, because I definitely forgot my mic home, so we're just gonna have to tough it out because we're doing a live reading in the park. So you might hear children, you might hear cars, you might hear music, but as long as you can hear me, I hope that that's all that matters. And trust me when I tell you I'm yelling, okay? So I'm positively tired after doing the 2 readings before this one. Okay, so yeah, I feel like your journey is going to be a very, very slow one, pile number 3. Even after doing some shadow work, you have a lot to uncover, because we have the Magician here in reverse, we have 5 of Wands, and then we have Page of Swords here in reverse. As well as broken dreams. Only you can accept or reject your dreams. Earth School, life lessons, soul growth, study, higher learning, and gratitude. I am thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. So right off the bat, I feel like No Wonder Spirit wanted to, or Angelite, wanted to give you that encouragement, that positive affirmation that you are beautiful. You know what I mean? And anything going on with you, it's just your own personal opinion, because this this tells me that you don't love yourself a lot. Pile number 3, and that is the shadow work that you need to tackle moving forward, because this loathing for self, I feel like you gave up on what it is that you wanted to accomplish before you gave yourself a chance to try. And if you already have tried and failed, pile number 3, then you need to get up and try again. I think you need to understand that certain things happen for a reason, and nothing is really happening to you, but they're happening for you to push you forward on your dreams. They don't kill you, make you stronger. So if it just hurts your ego for a little bit, pile number 3, you need to get up, get over it, and brush the shit off. You know what I mean? And keep moving forward. We have the 5 of Wands here. I do feel like, you do take a little bit of heat when it comes to criticism. Maybe you've been criticized a lot in your life, and this is why you have this notion of negative thinking towards yourself, and you might even shy away from other people's opinions because you're afraid of how that would make you look. You know what I mean? I feel like you already have this thing in your head, like, well, I already think really shitty about myself, so I don't really want to hear anybody else's opinions, because what if it's bad? And if it's good, I can't even believe it. So I personally think that you need to get in touch with kind of what this means for you. Pile number 3. You need to get in touch with your own self-esteem and the way that you look at yourself and how you think other people perceive you too, and why that matters so much. You know what I mean? With the Page of Swords in reverse, I feel like you have some goals that are hidden underneath, but you're just not telling anyone about it, and you also haven't really started them either. If anything, you are procrastinating, you are avoiding, and it could just be a matter of self-confidence. So you may say something, but you might not actually follow through or do it, and it's not because you're lazy, but it's mainly because of your own... Oh, you okay? Baby just fell down in the park. I had to go see if he was okay. Yeah, so this is just a matter of your lack of belief in self, and that's why you haven't started any of these projects. You're not lazy. That's the last thing you are, pile number 3, but you are depressed. You're depressed and you're tired. You're tired of being depressed, and you're also tired of everybody's opinions making that depression feel even worse. So let's go here, because I do feel like a lot of this has to do with how you view yourself. With Broken Dreams 23, only you can accept and reject your dreams. So this is kind of what I mean by how you might have given up already. I feel like because there's so much doubt in your progression, you may cry and like done. You know what I mean? Just to speak from your words, I feel like I can feel that this is already done. I can feel like this has already failed. What else can I do? This is what it feels like to be you right now, pile number 3. And that's the only way I can really channel that message. I can only channel it through you. And this is how you're talking about self. But what I want you to pay attention with this card is this part. She's sad. Her eggs, this egg right here is her dreams. They've shattered and all the yolk and all the essence has fallen out onto this table. She's trying to pick up the pieces. She may have tried to put it back together and she has failed. And in frustration in her failure, she has punched the mirror. So I am afraid of self-harm being a thing for you as well, pile number 3. So be careful. Do not hurt yourself. You are good enough. You are beautiful. I don't care how many scratches or bruises you have, pile number 3. You are beautiful and your dreams are still a thing. Let's keep going. So out of frustration, she punches the mirror. But her eye is still perfectly circled, which means you need to channel your intuition, your third eye, pile number 3. You need to listen to the downloads that are coming through from spirit. Something brought you to this video, and I think that's very important that you pay attention to what is being said, because your worth and your dreams are on the line, and you need to understand that the only way that these things are not going to happen is if you choose to give up. If these bugs don't fuck off, sorry, if you choose to give up, and that's really just all about it, right? Then we have Earth School, life lessons, soul growth, study, higher learning. I do feel like pile number 3, you, like I said in the last pile, you know, let the wind ease, because I don't have my mic. As I was saying in the last reading, pile number 3, you know, nothing is happening to you. Everything is happening for you. So things are set up in a way where lessons are constantly dashed into your face until you really freaking learn it. And I feel like this might be what's going on with this 5 of Wands. Spirit has been trying to send you messages, send you things that you need to know about self, things you need to pay attention to. But because you don't like how they sound or you don't like how they make you feel, you push them away. And it's time to pay attention, because there's a lot of lessons that's coming with this right now, pile number 3. And a lot of lessons that have to do with how you view yourself, and then how others view you, and then how you take that on and how you take that in. I did look at the bottom deck for these readings. I just want to check them out. Yeah, see? For this one, we had melting mask, metamorphosis, and inner integration, because I do feel like you need to find your way back to self with this third eye journey, because meditating and things like that will kind of get you to understand these thoughts, and being aware of when people say and how they trigger you, instead of blaming them or blaming yourself. You know, that will kind of help you understand too what is really happening. And then we have pride, love, and freedom. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong one. Sorry, we have Breath of the Cosmos, jump in, and double mission. So ultimately, I feel like there are things that you probably were trying to do towards your goals and your dreams, but it's this lack of confidence that keeps pushing you back. And ultimately, I think you just need to believe in yourself. You need to keep trying, but you also need to understand that you are not in control of everything, and that is okay. You're only in control of yourself and the way that you perceive yourself, okay? Because that is what's really, really important. Why this dude is in the park with a motorcycle, I will never, ever know, but please bear with me. Oh, boy. Then we have gratitude. I am thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. Yeah, so I think you should practice some gratitude practice. You need to write down some of the things that you can be grateful for in your life at this time, because like I said, you've already given up. You've already told yourself that all your dreams are shit and ain't nothing gonna work and blah 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 blah. But what about the things that can work, pile number 3? Like, stop being your own devil's advocate and start being your own angel. Tell yourself that you're capable. Tell yourself that you're worthy. Negate these negative thoughts with something positive, so that way, you know, you can pay attention to things in your life that are actually working out for you. Okay? No, they are really riding mini motorcycles in the motherfucking park, and I don't understand why. They just had to do this during my reading. But I guess I'm gonna have to shout so you can hear me. No, I'm kidding. It's probably gonna be pretty low, depending on how it is. So I'm just gonna keep talking up, and hopefully you can hear the reading. I'm gonna have to put on some closed captions on this bitch, because I'm not stopping this reading for nobody. of this magician card and what kind of keeps you in this space. Pile number 3, I want to know let me not be mean. Don't be mean. Don't say nothing bad. You are the tarot reader. You're supposed to be this pillar of love and light, right? Anyways, it's a public space, so what do I expect? So I want to look more into this magician card. I see, like I said, what has kind of kept you in this space. What has kind of kept you in this space with this magician card? Okay, so money seems to be a big thing for you. Maybe you feel like you don't have enough money to move forward in your goals. But I think the reason why is because maybe you do not kind of want to ask for some of this money or the finances from the people that are around you. Maybe the people in your family weren't very kind to you and they've kind of shut you out of, you know, the financial realm. So you've had to do a lot of fighting on your own to get to where you are. And that's trapped you in a place where, you know, you feel like you can't really give much to others, but you don't really have much for yourself. So you kind of have to be this, I want to say, hard-headed, stubborn person sometimes. Like your ego kind of drives you and your decisions and who you cut in and out of your life. Pile number 3. And it's simply just because, you know, you're afraid. You're afraid of what it is to take responsibility of your own choices. You're afraid that, you know, if you tell yourself that, hey, I am the reason why my dreams have not gone through, you know, it's me and there's nothing more I can do about it. Like, I don't know. I honestly just feel like you're putting too much pressure on yourself to be perfect, and as well as other people, and you need to learn how to lean on others in order to move forward. But lean on others in a way where you can look for financial advice, you know what I mean? Or, you know, you can look for a come up or a loan or something like that. Pile number 2, if finances is truly what you're struggling with. And if that's something to do with family and you really and truly feel like you cannot get back to family or get back to that familial bond, you know, find your soul family, find your spirit family, find people that you can connect with who are willing to help you simply because they love you for who you are and not what you can give to them. Because there are people that are like that. But you have to open the doors for that first. So, next is this 5 of Wands. Why is this 5 of Wands here? How can this 5 of Wands or other people's opinions or other people's guidance kind of help you at this time? I dropped the card. It's always a fucking... Okay, so like I said, there's a lot of insecurity here, pile number 3, and I feel like it's a lot of insecurities when it comes to sharing your ideas, because like I said, you're afraid of other people's opinions. You're afraid of what they have to say about you, because like I said, you don't want to feel any worse. So your walls automatically go up when you're hit with criticism. They automatically go up when you're hit with a situation that goes against what you've already done, or if it reprimands you for certain things. And I mean, that's not fair to the people around you, but it's ultimately not fair to you, because then you're not making the correct correct connections that you need to drive certain things forward. I feel like there are benefits, financial benefits, in sharing your ideas and being open and confident that even if people aren't completely agreeing with you, you know what I mean? You know, they're still taking some type of initiative or even taking some part of your idea and putting it into the mix. You need to take a little bit more I think you need to practice a little bit more gratitude in the way that people recognize you for what you are. And the same things with recognizing your own talents. Like I said, all because people don't yes man you right away with your ideas and the things that you want to do, don't make them stupid, don't make them wrong, but it makes you wrong if your pride or your ego is so high, your defenses are so high that you're blocking everybody else out just so you can have your way. And I think you need to definitely pay attention to that. We have Six of... I'm sorry, it is so loud. Six of Pentacles, Universe, Temperance, yeah. So like I said, there are a lot of things that are off balance, especially with your finances. I do feel like you might have to ask for local PCs. You might have to ask for, like I said, some type of financial advice. You need to admit to where, you know, some of where your own actions may have gotten to you to where you are, because there is someone or an opportunity out there where you can kind of turn things around. It's not over. It's not over, pile number 3, and that's what you need to understand. But first, you need to work on you and your self-esteem so you can then take the criticism that you need to move forward. Sorry to yell at you, but I got to. So why is this Page of Swords in reverse? What lessons can we learn moving forward? Because it seems like I said this is going to be kind of hard, but at the end of the day, it's to kind of break down what you've learned. Pile number 3, the way that you've learned to look at yourself and then view other people, it's going to be extremely hard for you to break that down, but I really pray for your success. Why is this Page of Swords here? So it seems like soon, if this already didn't happen, the decision needs to be made with your life and how it is that you want to move forward. This opportunity that might be coming your way might be something where you have to swallow said pride and said ego in order to get the financial gain that you're looking for. Hold on, fat ass on the motorcycle is making all this noise. I'm sorry, I said I was gonna be nice, but listen, my rising is in Libra, so I talk mad shit. Anyways, so yeah. So the Two of Wands here with the Four of Cups. So yeah, you definitely have, you know, a decision that needs to be made when it comes to your financials, and this may be a decision that you're gonna have to swallow your pride and just tough through it in the meantime until you can get where you want to go. I feel like this is a perfect time to plant the seeds to get things started on your journey, both financially and spiritually. Let him pass you on that motorcycle. Yeah, both financially and spiritually. So I think you should kind of pay attention to, you know, what is happening within you and how you're kind of taking on too much energy that is not your own, and also energy that 100% is just you and your ego and what you need to calm down from, because not the whole world does not revolve around you, pile 3. So any anxiety that you're feeling about, oh, it's all my fault, that's even your ego. That's even you doing too much. Or it's not my fault, it's all their fault. That's your ego. That's your pride. You're doing too much. You need to find a balance to where it is that you really need to go. And the best way to find that balance is to listen to the people around you instead of fighting back all the time just to prove your point. I honestly hope that reading has helped you. If this video resonated, please drop a like. If it didn't, drop a dislike. Really. You can comment below, let me know your experience and what pile you chose. If you want to see more videos like these, please subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell so you can get updated on more pick a cards, informational videos, etc. Look inside the description below if you want to see any information on shadow work and what you can do and what you can research, and you know, how to work with your shadow self. If you have any questions for me, or if you even want to do a personal reading, please contact me on my Facebook or on my Instagram at Usagi's Divine Tarot. And as I say, please let love lead the way. Ashe, 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 and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!